So what I bring to the table is more than anything experience and not statistics and other things that you can find on the internet, although a lot of the things that I will offer are also on the internet. One of the things that I think is very important that people end up missing the mark on whenever like they talk about social media is that the very first thing to consider whenever doing anything regarding marketing is talking about the sales funnel. And the sales funnel itself is a model that has 4 different stages that take any person or a specific person that is a potential customer to become your customer. However, I believe that there's actually 5 stages, with the last one being retention, which is normally not listed. Nada más para decirles un poquito más, me salí de la universidad y no estudié mercadotecnia, pero la manera en la que aprendí acerca de mercadotecnia fue vendiendo cheesecakes, país de queso, cuando tenía 11 años y trabajando en diferentes trabajos como un indocumentado. Y por eso ahorita estoy aquí. Una de las cosas que mucha gente olvida a la hora de hacer cualquier tipo de mercadotecnia es algo que se llama el embudo de ventas, que regularmente es un modelo de 4 etapas. Empezando con awareness, darse a conocer, interés, desire. ¿Cómo se dice desire en español? Deseo y acción. Pero creo que en el embudo o en el modelo regular falta el paso que es retención. Basically, awareness being the very first step, going into interest, desire, action, and retention. Awareness is essentially when a lot of people get to know. Give me 1 second. I need to ask somebody to be quiet. Okay, so one of the thanks, guys. So awareness is whenever a lot of people know your business. And it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody that knows about your business is going to be purchasing from you. Interest is whenever somebody goes from knowing your business to wanting to know a little bit more about your business. And there's a difference there. La diferencia entre conocimiento e interés es que en el conocimiento hay muchas personas que saben cuál es su negocio, pero a la hora de que van de conocimiento a interés, que interés es un grupo más chico, es porque quieren saber más acerca de lo que ustedes hacen. Después de interés sigue el deseo. Y la gente que va de interés a deseo tiende a ser un grupo más chico de personas que no solamente están interesados en saber qué es lo que hacen, pero tienen el deseo de comprar de ustedes o de ver las posibilidades de de quién comprar, ya sea de ustedes o de la competencia que sea muy similar a ustedes. Y en esta fase, parte de la decisión que toman para moverse hacia acción es que una de varias cosas. Primera, lo que ustedes ofrecen es único en alguna manera, independientemente de precio. Segunda, lo que ustedes ofrecen es más barato que otras cosas. Tercera, lo que ustedes ofrecen se alinea con lo que ellos creen. So, going from interest to desire to action, it's really important to consider that people who go into the desire stage are going to be a smaller group of people than those that are interested. And the folks that are in the desire stage are looking at your business or other competitors to be able to purchase from you. And in order to be able to get them from desire to action, it's really important to consider that there's a couple of things that people are looking at. They might be looking at either what you offer, either as a product or as a service that other people are not offering. B, what you're offering as a product or as a service that may be less expensive than what other people are offering. Or C, what you offer or what your company is that aligns with their values and their beliefs. And so from there, once you have them in action, one of the key things to keep them coming is retention so that you can increase the lifetime customer value. Después de que pasan de acción a acción, su próxima responsabilidad como negocios es mantenerlos en retención, porque a la hora de retenerlos como clientes, ellos siguen consumiendo de ustedes, pero también crecen el valor del cliente de toda la vida. So, en vez de que les paguen una vez $100, si es que les pagan 3, 4 veces al año $100 o $50, es posible que sus clientes valgan más para su negocio que solamente una venta de una vez. And so, thinking about the lifetime value of a customer, it's much better maybe for people to pay more in a long period of an extended period of time as opposed to just having one big sale. There's 3, you could say, rules of marketing that are very important. The first one is people make purchases based on emotions, and then they justify based on logic. Hay 3 reglas importantes de mercadotecnia. La primera es que la gente compra a través de sus emociones y después justifican con la lógica. Second, not everyone is your customer. Segundo, no todos son sus clientes. Y la razón por la que esto es muy importante es porque al escucharlos a todos ustedes, todos tienen un modelo muy diferente de negocio. Hay negocios que son de negocio a negocio, que en inglés se llaman B2B, y hay negocios que son de negocio a consumidor. Y dependiendo de a quién le estén vendiendo, es más o menos como tienen que crear el modelo de su mercadotecnia. Knowing that not everybody's your customer is really important because everybody has a different model. And listening to you guys is like, it confirms that. There is B2B businesses, which serve business to business. And then there's B2C businesses, which serve business to a wider sort of net of customers. And particularly the main difference in B2B and B2C is that in B2B businesses, your relationships in terms of marketing are the most important asset that you can have, and not necessarily social media, not necessarily a very high quality portfolio. It is how you connect with people. Whereas in business to consumer, your image is very important, especially when it comes to a digital space where people can find you and can find any answer that they're looking for immediately. Y hablando acerca de las relaciones, en términos de ventas de negocio a negocio, lo más importante que pueden tener es la relación con diferentes clientes, porque a través de eso es como van a poder hacer sus ventas. En cuanto tiene que ver con B2C, que es de negocio a consumidor, lo que quieren es abarcar una net más grande de consumidores, pero a la hora de hacer negocio a negocio, solamente se enfocan en un grupo muy pequeño. And then lastly, no individual platform is going to be the solution for what it is that you're looking for. Por último, ninguna plataforma individual va a ser la solución de lo que están buscando. Y para hablarles más un poquito de mercadotecnia, hay mercadotecnia tradicional y mercadotecnia digital. Tradicional tiende a ser periódicos, radio, televisión, flyers, volantes, cosas que mandan por correo, e incluso sea algunos regalos o tarjetas que les mandan a sus clientes o cupones. Mercadotecnia digital tiende a ser todo lo que pasa en línea. Por ejemplo, blogs, Facebook, Instagram o los medios sociales, su sitio de internet, anuncios en Google, en Facebook o en cualquier otro lugar. Y más que nada, una integración de varios métodos o de varias plataformas es lo que mejor les va a funcionar a ustedes. Pero es importante que ustedes conozcan a sus clientes y sepan cuáles plataformas son las que más utilizan y cuáles plataformas son las que más los convencen para que ustedes decidan cuáles funcionan mejor para ustedes. And so, talking about platforms, there's different types of marketing. There's traditional marketing and there's digital marketing. And when it comes to traditional marketing, you think of it as, or you can think about it as TV, radio, flyers, coupons, different gift cards or cards that you like send to your customers. Whereas digital advertising or digital marketing tends to be social media. It tends to be digital ads, website, blogs, and other sources that exist strictly online. And so it's a combination of multiple platforms that is going to lead your business to be able to make the best of what it is that you are doing. And whether that means based on a budget or whether that means based on an expertise. But it's up to you to decide who your customers are and where your customers are getting their information from. So far, any questions? Anybody? ¿Alguien tiene alguna pregunta? Ok. Algunas de las cosas básicas. Antes de que empiecen a usar los medios sociales, es muy importante que tomen control de sus cuentas, ya se hace en Facebook o en Instagram o en Google, y para cada plataforma hay pasos diferentes. Uno muy importante, en especial para ustedes que tienen negocios en edificios, es Google, porque Google regularmente tiende a ser más basado en localidad. One of the biggest things that you need to do, first off, if you're going to be using social media, is to claim your business. And I want to take this opportunity to just set an example of how you can start, particularly because Google is one of the best places to do so. And also just remember that every single platform has a different way of claiming your business. So for example, on Instagram, it's going to be a little differently when it comes to the username as it is in comparison to Google. So here we go. There was a business that I looked up earlier. Give me 1 second. Who's the lady that has the business out in downtown? Corporate Solutions? Specialties. Okay, here we go. So I just wanted to give you a quick preview of what happens whenever you Google a page or a business. You're going to get a profile, and you're also going to get specific websites and maybe even advertisements based around interest that your customers are looking for. But in order to be able to claim your business, you need to look it up in multiple ways. One is to look it up in Google, literally Google it. And then if you see this, own this business, then what you're able to do is you're able to click on it, and then it's going to prompt you several different steps that are going to give you the capacity to take over a business. And so if you don't already have it claimed on Google, on Yelp, or on Facebook, it's probably one of the first things that you should be doing. Coming back over here into presenting. Second, it's really important for you to have a budget. And a budget doesn't just have to be money, it should also be time. Es muy importante que tengan todos ustedes un presupuesto. Y el presupuesto no necesariamente tiene que ser dinero. También debería de ser tiempo que le van a dedicar a los medios sociales. Una analogía que escuché hace mucho tiempo que tiene mucho sentido es que tener cuentas de medios sociales es como tener mascotas. So digamos que tienen que son perros. Y cada cuenta de medio social que tengan es como tener un perro. Y mientras más cuentas tengan, más tiempo van a necesitar cada una de ellas en darles de comer, en llevarlas a caminar, en dedicarles tiempo, en llevarlas al doctor. When it comes to budgeting time, I think that it's, one of the best analogies I've heard for social media is that having different platforms is like having pets. And when we think about them as dogs, you got to take a dog for a walk, and you got to feed a dog, and you have to take them to a vet, and you have to dedicate them time and love and TLC. And so it doesn't always make sense to have every single platform that exists. Less is more. And the less that you have, the more time that you're able to dedicate to those specific platforms. It's also really important to know who your demographics are. For example, for some of you are going to be looking to sell to folks who are between 25 and 35 or 25 through 45. And that should tell you, particularly based on their interest and based on what they do, what platforms you could be using. So for example, if you are doing professional services that are for businesses, it's probably better to be in LinkedIn as opposed to being on Facebook. Deberían de saber cuáles son sus demográficas. Y eso significa que si es que ustedes saben que sus clientes, digamos, tienen entre 25 y 45 años y son dueños de negocio y ustedes ofrecen servicios profesionales, entonces es mejor que estén utilizando LinkedIn a estar utilizando Facebook. Y cada demográfica o cada grupo demográfico tiene una plataforma diferente. Y si es que tienen preguntas después de esto, con mucho gusto se las puedo responder. También deberían de saber la estructura del medio que están utilizando. It's really important to know the structure of the platform that you're using. Alyssa mentioned Snapchat earlier. And the thing about Snapchat is that Snapchat is so fun. But unless you have a lot of time to be able to dedicate and maybe a big money budget, then it's probably not going to be the best thing for you to be using it as a business, but it might be fun to use it as a person. It's also important to measure the performance of different accounts. And with Rob's permission, I just want to show you very quickly that one of the things that Facebook gives you the ability to, and this is almost every single platform, you're able to look at different things within your page that you manage, and then look at insights to be able to see what things are performing better, what things are performing worse, and based on that, then you can make changes. Una de las cosas también que es muy importante es ver qué tan, no sé cómo se dice performance en español. Bridget, little help?
Me pusiste.
Ok. So, ¿qué tan bien o qué tan mal está funcionando la página?
Sí.
Con el permiso de Rob, les estoy enseñando la parte de atrás, y si se fijan, si voy aquí a la página de SDBA, y eso es igual en sus páginas de Facebook y también en otras cuentas como en Instagram o en Twitter. Si van a Insights o Statistics, regularmente pueden ver ciertos números que les pueden decir qué está funcionando bien, qué está funcionando mal, qué es lo que tienen que cambiar. So, por ejemplo, basado en algunos de estos números de aquí, este es un anuncio en los últimos días que pusimos acerca de la información que compartió la gobernadora. Esto es contenido que nosotros sabemos que la gente consume, por lo tanto nos dice a nosotros que es bueno poner contenido, no necesariamente gubernamental, pero contenido como este. So looking at this really quick, you can see a couple of numbers and engagements and in reach. And this is very small because we're waiting for a couple of changes. But just in the past days, organically, without doing a lot of work, this right here is telling us that people are looking at information from the government. But not only that, they're looking at things that are colorful, easy to read, and also that come from a reliable source, if that makes sense. So far, any questions on this? Okay. And then por último, después de que empiezan a ver qué tan bien o qué tan mal les está yendo en la página, como pueden ver aquí, pueden adaptar el contenido que están poniendo. A más que nada, déjenme ver. Les puedo decir que los videos regularmente y las fotografías que incluyen a gente tienden a funcionar muchísimo mejor que cualquier otra cosa. Y cuando es que ponen volantes con mucho texto, regularmente no funcionan bien. Just as, like based on the performance of a page, you should be able to take information from there and make adjustments so that whenever you share something in the future, it's going to be helpful and it's going to be something that your audiences consume. I can also let you know that, and maybe Amanda can attest better to this because she has a really big Instagram page, but videos particularly, as well as photos with people, perform a lot better than anything else, especially like especially flyers. And so it's also, I would like to invite you guys to share less flyers and less graphics with text because they tend to not perform well at all. Unless you have something like a quotes page or something along the lines of that is based on text. Algunas de las mejores prácticas es tener un perfil profesional, toda su información completa, tener interacciones personales con sus seguidores, publicar con regularidad, y esto no significa todos los días, solamente significa con regularidad. No dejen que pasen 3, 4 semanas o no dejen que pasen 1 o 2 semanas. Maybe like cada 3, cada 4 días mínimo, pero definitivamente regularmente. Respondan a sus mensajes, a sus comentarios, a sus reviews. Usen diferentes herramientas que ofrecen las plataformas que están utilizando. Suban contenido relevante y sobre todo sean específicos, en especial cuando tengan promociones. Some of the best practices. Have a professional profile, which doesn't necessarily mean like everything has to be professional photos and whatnot. Just make it look good. Add all your information to whatever platforms it is that you're using, especially the most vital ones like your phone number, your address, and how people can get a hold of you. Have personal interactions with people. Don't make it generic. People don't like generic. Publish with regularity, and that doesn't mean publish every day. If you don't have the capacity to publish every day, at least do it, like maybe twice a week, but don't let, 2-3 weeks go by and then publish and expect people to, like come back to you because you came back. Make sure that you respond to your messages, to your comments and other things. Use different tools that are included in the platforms that you decide to use. Upload relevant content and make sure that relevant stays relevant. So for example, if there's an article about you, because you had press coverage, upload it almost immediately or as immediately as possible. Don't wait 2-3 weeks to upload it because it's going to lose the relevance. And then lastly, be specific about what it is that you're uploading, especially if you're uploading things about sales or things about your services or your business. If you're going to advertise on social media, there's a couple of things that you should be aware of before you even go into it. Know your goals. There's essentially 3 different categories of goals. There's awareness, there's engagement, and then there's conversions. And they're very similar on Facebook, Instagram, and on Google. Know how much you're spending. It is a lot better to have a daily budget, even if it's small, in comparison to a lifetime budget, one that is going to run out. Know who your demographics are because you're going to have to include them whenever you create any advertisements. Know the structure of what type of ad you're creating, whether it's a Facebook story ad, whether it's a canvas, whether it is an ad that is going to appear in timeline, or if it's going to appear in a different place such as Messenger or on Instagram. Make sure that whenever you create it, it makes sense for the platform that you're creating it for. Look at the performance with regularity, maybe every 2 to 3 days minimum, to be able to see if something is underperforming, overperforming, or if you need to make any changes. And then lastly, based on all of this, adapt and adjust it. Just because you create an ad doesn't mean that people are going to come to you. People are going to come to you because of emotion and because you're making it easy for them to come to you. Si es que van a tener promociones en medios sociales, es muy importante que tengan algunas cosas en mente. Primero, sus metas. Y en Facebook, Instagram y Google regularmente hay 3 metas muy similares. Awareness, el conocimiento, engagement, la interacción, y conversiones, que sería llevar a alguna persona a que se convierta en un cliente. Sepan cuál es su presupuesto en términos de dinero. Sus demográficas, porque a la hora de crear un anuncio en Facebook, en Instagram, en Google o en cualquier otro lugar, van a tener que poner todos estos detalles. Sepan la estructura del anuncio que van a crear. Si es que el anuncio va a salir en Instagram, si es que el anuncio va a salir en LinkedIn, si es que el anuncio va a salir en Google, asegúrense de que a la hora de crearlo tenga sentido, que aparezca en esa plataforma y que va a ser fácil para las personas que lo vean, que le puedan dar clic o que puedan hacer alguna acción. Vean qué también está funcionando cada 2 o 3 días. Y basado en eso, adapten y ajusten ciertas cosas. Ya se hace el texto, las imágenes, las audiencias. If you have an online store, and you're using Instagram, and this is particularly important for retailers and for restaurants, there's a couple of things that I want to point out. Use the KISS method. Keep it stupid simple. And that's something that I was taught by my teachers back in high school. Keep everything as personal as possible. Make sure you think,
Carlos, it's got to be flipped. Keep it simple, stupid, not keep it stupid, simple.
Okay, fair. So keep it branded and make sure that, and what I mean by branded is whenever you upload something, don't make it difficult for people to know that it's your brand uploading that. So for example, if you're a restaurant, always include something in the background that lets people know like where the image is coming from. Don't wait for them to read the text. They might not read the text, especially because there's so much more content going out now than there was before COVID. Stay connected to your customers. That's really important. Don't lose track of that. Your connectivity to them is your personal relationship with them, and it's essentially substituting being in person for being online. Be organized, and lastly, keep track of things. And then if you want to set up a way to sell gift cards on your Instagram, you can either use some of these, and this is literally just a screenshot from Instagram, but some of these platforms. I particularly recommend GiftUp and Gifty for gift cards for retail, and Square and Toast if you have a food business. Could
you repeat that, Juan Carlos? I'll put it in the chat.
Yep. So GiftUp and Gifty for retail businesses.
GiftUp and Gifty.
Mm-hmm. So it's the first one and the last one. And then Square and Toast for food businesses. Para las personas que tengan una tienda en línea. En inglés hay un método que se llama KISS, que lo mantengan lo más simple posible. Mantengan sus interacciones personales. Siempre asegúrense de que el contenido que suban esté asociado con su marca. No necesariamente tienen que subir su logo en cada post, pero asegúrense de que, por decir, si suben algo, muestre algo en el fondo que los caracterice a ustedes. Ya se hace alguna persona, ya se hace algún lugar, ya se hace un arbolito que tengan en su negocio o ya se hace las ventanas. Algo que les recuerde a la gente de qué es lo que están viendo sin que tengan que leer el texto. En especial porque es posible que no vayan a leerlo. Mantengan la conectividad con sus clientes y recuerden que en especial en términos de conectividad, ahorita estamos sustituyendo las relaciones en línea literalmente por las relaciones en persona. Solamente porque no ven a sus clientes no significa que no están ahí y no significa que no pueden tener una relación con ellos. Manténganse organizados y por favor asegúrense de que están viendo que también están funcionando las cosas para que puedan adaptarse. Y si es que quieren vender tarjetas de regalo a través de Instagram, este es un screenshot de Instagram con todas las plataformas que pueden usar. Yo les recomiendo GiftUp, que es la primera, y Gifty es la última, si es que tienen un negocio que no sea de comida. Y si es que tienen un negocio que sea de comida, les recomiendo Square o Toast. También pueden utilizar Shopify y conectarlo y no solamente vender a través de tarjetas, pueden vender cualquier cosa que quieran en sus posts. Los pueden etiquetar y la gente puede comprar directamente, casi directamente de ahí. Also, if you don't use any of these and you use Shopify, you can connect Shopify to your Instagram and to your Facebook accounts, and you can literally tag your products and let it be easier for people to purchase from you directly from Instagram or from Facebook. Don't forget consistency, vital information, the tone that you're speaking to people with, The content that you're uploading has to be good. Has to like make me or anyone else want to see it. Make your audiences want to see it. Choose your channels wisely and don't just go everywhere just because you can, and adapt. Make sure that you adjust based on how it is that things are working out. Y no se olviden que mantengan consistencia, que actualicen su información vital, como su dirección, su número de teléfono, su sitio de internet, que mantengan el tono que utilizan regularmente en su negocio. El contenido que suban sea este padre, que esté interesante, que le interese a la gente, que se detenga para poder verlo. Escojan los canales que van a utilizar y no utilicen todos los canales disponibles solamente porque pueden. Y por último, adáptense a la situación. And then from there, that is all I have to share with you guys about social media. And now I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys have.
So everybody's able to unmute and either ask a question or share. We've got about 5 more minutes left of this, and then I am going to run over the meeting because I do want to share some census data with you as well, and that. But I'll do that like right around 1 o'clock. So if you need to get off at 1, I totally understand. Or if you've already attended our census meetings in the past, you can do that. Voy a compartir algunas cosas sobre el censo. Pero faltan 5 minutos, entonces pueden prender sus micrófonos para poder participar y hacer alguna pregunta, alguna duda que tienen con Juan Carlos, o si tienen algún anuncio. If you have any announcements or anything that you'd like to share, feel free to unmute yourself. Thank you, Maite, for participating. You're welcome to also put your questions in the chat. Pueden poner sus preguntas en el chat. Okay, so one of the things I would like to share before I kind of let people go as well is the services that we can provide with your membership to the Southwest Detroit Business Association. So I want to share that with you. Somebody. Okay, so we got somebody who just joined us here. Okay, so I want to just share real quickly. No, hold on a second. I'm sorry. Let's try this again. There we go. Find it. Okay, so I just wanted to share that we have a new program due to COVID. It's so important that the Southwest Detroit Business Association and their partner, the Michigan Hispanic Contractors Association, be able to provide direct support to our members. And because of this time, we are waiving all membership fees through July 31st. So there will be no fees, and essentially you'll get an additional few months for free. So whether you're currently a member, that means your renewal won't be due until after August 1st, or if you are thinking about becoming a member, you can do so without any fee until August 1st, and that way we can support you. One of the ways that we can support you is through our Saver events, and we will be able to host these Saver Second Tuesdays. It'll be this exact same Zoom link. It'll be the same second Tuesday, same time, 12 p.m. So same place, same time, second Tuesday of every month. We do not have a topic for next month, but we will be posting that shortly, probably within the week or so. And so if you have any ideas about what you'd like to learn, or if you'd like to continue this social media and do something that's a little bit more hands-on, we could do that as well. I'm going to put in the chat the registration link. So if you'd like to register to become a Southwest Detroit Business Association member, which gives you also dual membership if you're interested, for the Michigan Hispanic Contractors Association. The link is in the chat. It's southwestdetroit.com/membership. Very easy for you to register on that with no payment due. So I'm gonna see if anybody else has any other questions or announcements. Valerie, did you want to share something about the promotion that you're running right now?
Sure. Do you have the flyer, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I'll pull it up while you're talking.
So right now we're doing a lot of PPE. So if you have a business or a office business or a retail business and you're getting ready to reopen, we have floor stickers, which can be used in a lot of different ways. We have barriers. So if you are in an office situation and you need to keep, people 6 feet away, they're made of vinyl material, so they can be wiped down at any time. And everything has your logo on it, or the stickers can be stocked. We have, it changes every single day. So we have kits. So if you're a realtor, or someone who's a realtor who's taking people on house tours, we have the gloves and the masks, and we can put it as a kit. We also have the acrylic barriers, which are down there. We have hand sanitizer stands. So if you are a business and you want to make sure you have that available. At the bottom, we have pens, and right now we have a special going on where they'll wrap them in cello, so you can hand out pens for people to sign things. A new item is the Mask Buddy, which is a headband, mostly probably for women, but that have buttons on them, so it's not around your ears. I can send this to anybody if you just I can put my email in the chat, and anyone can get them. We also have they're like mouse pads, and it says "Don't sit here." You can sit here. So if you have a lunchroom or anything like that, we can make them custom or stock depending on what you need. I just put my email. But if you know of anyone who's just and we have thermometers. We're trying to, right now the minimum's 5. We're trying to maybe put an order together. So if you know someone who needs thermometers to test people as they come in the morning or during the day, we're putting those together. Those we have masks, and we're doing masks right now that are cloth, but we also have disposable. The cloth masks, we're doing people who we do their uniform, they're adding the mask and adding it so it looks like it's part of their uniform. So that's an interesting way to look at adding masks, because all these items are going to be here to stay for a while. And so you might as well make sure your brand's out there, and we make sure that the colors are right, and we're very conscious of your brand. So
thanks, Valerie. So Valerie left her email in the chat. I can also give you her contact information, and I think we'll probably be highlighting you in one of our new member posts in just a little while. So Valerie just joined through another networking event that we were at together, and shared all these wonderful resources for us. So, okay, so does anybody have any questions for Juan Carlos? Know that we're here to help you. Estamos aquí para ayudarles.
I have a quick update, just 1 second.
Thanks,
So, we're working on the PPP as well, getting the word out. And Elias Gutierrez, the publisher of the Latino Press, has been active in the campaign. And he did let me know yesterday that he got Flagstar Bank to reopen applications for people who don't have accounts with Flagstar Bank. So
wonderful.
So if you have any people who need to apply, they can go through maybe Elias, and he will make the connection with Flagstar for a PPP application.
Okay, eso es excelente para las personas que todavía quieren solicitar el préstamo grant para sus empleados. Flagstar Bank ya se abrió para las personas que no tienen cuenta con ellos todavía. Entonces pueden comunicarse conmigo directamente y les hago cita con Elías Gutiérrez de Latino Press, o pueden llamar directamente a Elías para hacer la cita, y puede ser una cita bilingüe con una de los bancarios que habla español de Flagstar. That's fantastic information. Thank you, Hi. I appreciate you sharing that. I'm glad that was very timely. Are there any other workshops or anything else coming up? Rob, do you want to give the registration link for the one tomorrow? Do you have it? I just emailed it to you.
I don't have it, but we should have it on our website, as well as TechTown and the Small Business Administration for Detroit. But what it is a webinar tomorrow, Wednesday, the 13th at 11 a.m. And its focus is going to be how to maximize the loan forgiveness aspects of the PPP. So this would be for businesses and nonprofits that have already gotten funded from a PPP, but it's very, very complex in some ways in terms of how to make sure that you maximize the value. Otherwise, you're going to be left with some expenses that you thought were qualifying and they're not, and you'll have to either pay that back or pay interest on it. It's very important to plan ahead and know what you need to be tracking in terms of payroll and overhead, like interest on mortgage and utilities.
All right, thanks so much. Carlos, do you have anything that you want to share about Alliance?
Yes, just that we're open for the community. Of course, right now our doors are currently closed, but if you call us and make an appointment, we can go ahead and service any member with anything they need. So we're just here for the community.
Great, and they're located right at the corner of Junction and Verner, y hablan español y pueden atender también a gente que no tienen documentación y pueden abrir cuentas.
Correct.
Okay, so our time, we've already gone over our time, but I do have some census information to share. So if you're able to stay on, please do. If you feel like you need to leave, I totally understand. Steve, do you have any highlight things about where we're standing with percentage-wise? I know you guys are monitoring that weekly.
Yes, so I can tell you right now, percentage-wise, the city of Detroit is currently at 44.5%. And so we are it looks like we're, compared to some of the other cities that are similar to Detroit, we're on track to at least meet where we were 10 years ago. The goal, of course, is to exceed where we were because we had such an undercount. So 44.5% right now, we seem to be going up about 0.2% on average every day. And that's been pretty consistent for the last month. The big thing for us is that a lot of the areas that received the invitation to complete the census online only have really been lagging behind in their responses. The areas that got the paper forms right out of the gate are doing a little better. But the areas that received the invitation to do it online at the beginning have been struggling a little bit more. And it doesn't include a large amount of Southwest Detroit, but there were some census tracts in Southwest Detroit that received that internet invitation in both English and Spanish. So right now at this point, we're just encouraging anybody who can to get online and get that done as fast as possible. That's the easiest way to do it. The phone lines have been jammed. It's been very difficult for people to get through, particularly in the non-English options. So they're very low on their staffing right now. So we're really just encouraging everybody, if you can do it online, just do it online. And if you have that paper form, because now at this point, everybody has been mailed a paper form, even the people that didn't get it initially. That would have come about a week ago. We're encouraging everybody, just get that paper form in, get our numbers up as quickly as we can, so that when we do send canvassers out and spend some money out in the neighborhoods, we can do that a little more efficiently.
Great, thank you so much. All right, well, I have a brief presentation that we created. We've been, kind of updating our presentation each month. And my assistant, Alyssa, has been amazing at creating trilingual information. And so this todo sabemos que las personas que menos se cuentan en el censo son la gente inmigrante porque tienen miedo de estar contado. Entonces, no vamos a mirar este video, pero sí les quiero mencionar algunas cosas. Primero, solamente toma 10 minutos en hacerlo. This was from last week, 2 weeks ago, 42%. We said, Steve, you said 44% right now.
Yeah, we're up a little bit. What did I say we were at? We were at 44.5 as of yesterday.
Okay, great. Entonces, ahí vamos, poco a poco, ¿no? This was at the end of April. These are our neighborhoods, and so I think this is important to note that a lot of our Southwest Detroit neighborhoods are really lagging. Por ahí, por Mexican Town, estamos super bajos. The other thing is that you don't have to just fill it out online. You can also make a phone call. Pueden hacer una llamada. Es muy rápido y muy fácil hablar con alguien y que te puede ayudar. Con este teléfono puedes responder en hasta 12 idiomas. So the online census, we've known. Y el punto más importante es que toda tu información es confidencial. Nadie lo puede compartir con nadie. Entonces, eso es la preocupación mayor para la comunidad inmigrante. So that's all I'm going to share today with that. I do want to be respectful of everyone's time. And so do we have any last words from Rob or from anyone else that would like to share anything else?
Sorry. Yes, first of all, thank you everybody for participating. Please pass the word. This is going to be a regular thing on the second Tuesday, Lunch and Learn. I want to give kudos to Valerie. I went and checked out her site, and JC would be very impressed with her website, because as I was clicking around, I got a pop-up message that said I could get $50 off my first order if I registered. And so I did, and I'm looking forward to placing an order. So she's already converted me.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
This was a well worth it then for everybody. So
Yeah.
Anything else? Eduardo, you came in late, and so I don't know if you want to do a quick introduction. I know you were driving. I don't know if you can unmute yourself real quick. You were the only one who didn't get to introduce themselves.
Yeah, hi
Are you still
everyone. My name
driving?
is Eduardo. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm driving.
Be safe.
I can talk. Yeah, so I'm doing landscaping, and just try to grow the company.
All right. So if anybody needs a landscaper to do spring cleanup, you need lawn care for the
Lawn
season.
service.
They do
Solid
full service, and I
installation.
have all of his flyers. You can contact me directly, and I can get you his contact information if you are interested. All right. Anybody else? Last call for announcements. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. This was recorded. If you would like a copy of the recording, you just need to email me, and I can send it to you. Estaba grabado la presentación, entonces si quieres una copia de la grabación, con mucho gusto me pueden mandar un correo y se los puedo pasar. Thank you, everybody. We will see you hopefully very soon. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Gracias.
Bye-bye.